Pilots have a special relationship with flight. Though they live for their time in the air, they understand better than anyone that man was not meant to fly, that every moment off the ground is a challenge to nature's fundamental rules. Still, they are drawn to the air, to the beauty, the wonder, the feeling of twisting along through the clouds. But the reality is always there. And when pilots talk, it's not so much about joy as about challenge, and not so much about soaring through the clouds as it is teetering precariously above the ground.
Well, it's almost like Peter Pan, where they can fly. I've had that dream, and unfortunately we can't do that. That is just fantasy, but in an airplane you can fly. Attractions to flying is that it's a skill, and that it's a skill that I've been able to master. And I get some satisfaction out of the fact that it's not easy, and I can do it, and some other people can't do it.
Pilots collect stories, trading close calls the way kids trade baseball cards. With the advent of home video, pilots started to collect and trade footage, real-life images released from official accident investigation files. Much of the footage you're about to see has never been seen anywhere but those pilot tapes. Some have deteriorated into ghostly tales of caution. Traced to the original government film and video, they've been declassified especially for this documentary. The quality of the images is sometimes unclear, but the reality they represent is in sharp focus. The story they tell is of the final approach. To fly, a pilot has to survive the transition from ground to air. To tell the tale, he's got to get safely back down. Takeoff and landing. That small portion of the flight is where most disasters happen. In those few seconds, there's simply not enough time or enough slack in the envelope to react.
Hit the deck at about 650 feet per minute, and then immediately add power as if you're going to miss all the wires and go around. And then if you happen to get a wire, fine. If you don't, if the hook skips a wire, that's called a bolter, and you immediately climb away from the ship, then go to 1,200 feet, and you start all over again.
Perhaps the hardest decision a pilot faces is how to deal with a crippled airplane. The answer is almost always the same. Get it on the ground, somehow, with brute strength, with foam on the runway, with your heart in your throat. Here are the blown tires, the burning brakes, and the hard landings with damaged gear that make every flight a new challenge. Naval aviation poses special challenges. Compressing a mile-long runway into a couple of hundred feet on a ship's deck makes normal takeoff and landing impossible. The systems designed to make carrier flight possible pose their own challenges to pilots. In this selection of shots, you'll see catapults misfiring, landing gear shattering, tail hooks snapping, and the last hope of the Navy pilot with a bad plane, barrier arrestments.
Down the stroke, obviously you can feel that it's good, and if it's not good, then you're not climbing away. You have to eject. It happens. It's like that fast. Airspeed, VSI, gear, rattles going on. Eject.
We do what's called a clearing turn, where the moment you are clear of the deck, off the front you turn to the right, and off the waist you turn to the left to clear away from the front of the aircraft carrier, so that if something happened and you had to bail out or eject immediately, that the carrier wouldn't run over you. About 2,200 hours in the A6. Over 200 of those are at night, and I can tell you one thing, not one of them was fun. They're all work, it's very challenging.
To find out how men and equipment react in emergencies, a special breed of pilot deliberately flies planes into trouble. Here are planes and helicopters, sometimes remotely controlled, packed with telemetry, and destroyed.
When I get in a jet like an A6, that's work. And that mission and that airframe demand a certain level of professionalism. And if they don't, I can either hurt the airframe or kill myself. I don't think it's inherently dangerous. I think it's inherently hazardous, okay? And I make a differentiation there because dangerous implies that inevitably something somewhere, somebody's going to die, okay? And hazardous means you cut your variables down to almost zero, okay? So if there is a breakdown in teamwork, if there is a breakdown in maintenance, if there is a breakdown in the professionalism and the level of pilots, yes, it gets dangerous, but it doesn't have to be dangerous.
Something that just anybody can jump in an airplane and do, and it's something that requires that step above to be able to apply what you know in a way that's the best for your situation. Of course, with your life on the line or your life at stake, the outcome is very important. Those that are overly romantic about flight don't last a long time. They either kill themselves or they're tried it in training.
Why do they fly? What is it about aviation that draws pilots? And what is it that convinces them that the risks aren't theirs to bear? There's a place, the pilots will tell you, where tension becomes joy, where nervousness becomes excitement, where fear becomes control. Control of the craft, of the variables, of one's own emotions and reflexes is the ultimate challenge of flight. Flyers of high-performance aircraft spend hundreds of hours skimming a learning curve that can kill them. Training, planning, dwelling on possibilities that most of us, settling into the comfort of an airliner seat, do everything to avoid even considering.
What if the engine fails on takeoff? What if I have some type of gear malfunction on takeoff? The critical action things that require instantaneous action, where you don't have a whole lot of time to think, guys will try to think about those ahead of time so they properly react if the problem comes up.
Flying is not a natural ability, it's an acquired ability. Aviation is a series of challenges that you overcome.
Okay, sir, you're going to do 7 Gs, 15 seconds again. Remember, as Colonel Ram stated, make sure you watch your air exchange. You want to hold it for 3 seconds. Pass that air in and out.
Okay.
Also remember to get intense when you start doing that countdown. On 2, get your muscles nice and tight. On 1, get a good chest full of air. Keep everything still intense, and then pull back on the stick. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, you ready to go?
Ready.
Okay, I activated up here. Go ahead and activate in there.
Okay.
Okay, system's hot. 3 legs. Keep both. Get on it. Pull back on the stick. Get in. That's up. Breathe. 1. Hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2. Hold it for 3 seconds, sir. Legs it out. Get your legs tight. Keep your legs tight. 1, 2. Hold it for 3 seconds, sir. Keep your legs tight. Keep it going. 1, 2. Unload. Unload. Release the stick. Release the stick. Let go of the stick. Okay, go ahead and relax. Relax. Relax, sir. Okay, what kind of light loss did you have on that one, sir?
I lost a little bit of the green, but during the middle, and so I had to take a deep breath to get it back. And then it started coming back in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, your final run is going to be 6 Gs for 10 seconds, but we're going to do it forward now. I'm not going to do it in the check 6 position, okay?
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready. You want to concentrate on technique. Concentrate on keeping that air in till you get all the way on top.
Okay.
Making the air exchanges, okay?
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, I activated up here. Go ahead and activate in there. System's hot. 3, 2, 1. Get on it. Put back. You got that. Breathe. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. Okay, you're looking good. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, unload. Unload. Release the stick. Release the stick. Gotta relax. Okay, any light loss on that one?
No, none.
Okay, we're gonna bring you down to a stop. I'll be down to get you out.
Okay.